Hello, my mathematicians. This is Miss Foster with 4th grade Math in Focus, lesson 6-3. Today we're looking at mixed numbers, and the big understanding over to the side here is that mixed numbers have a whole number and a fraction mixed together, kind of like a salad, if you will. There are several different ways we're going to ask you to look at mixed numbers to really show that you understand them. We'll be using models, including ones you can draw. We will be using and reading number lines to think of fractions that way. And we will be talking about simplifying mixed numbers. Yes, you can even simplify mixed numbers. So first of all, just to develop some vocabulary here, we have a situation that can be described by talking about whole numbers and fractions. So with these watermelons, you can see that this attractive young woman has 2 whole watermelons and 1/2. 2 plus 1/2 equals 2 and a half. Now there's that word and again. If you've been working with me ever, you know that if the number is a 3 hundreds, 5 tens, and 2 single ones, I will say, you mustn't use and. Don't say 352, say 352. The and is to separate whole numbers from pieces and parts. So that's what we're going to do here. Now, let's see if we can figure this one out with this word problem. Hugo drank 2 bottles of apple juice. Gary drank a 1/4 of a bottle of apple juice. How many bottles of apple juice did they drink altogether? Well, we've got 2 whole ones, so I'll write 2. And then we've got Gary drinking 1/4, not as thirsty as his friend Hugo. And that's a mixed number. So here are several different models. I'll show you how we can read models and read fractions to get to mixed numbers. 1, 2 whole things. Let me write that down. And here's 3/8. The mixed number here is 2 and 3/8. Notice that we often write the whole number bigger and the fractions smaller. Just a little, hey, these are the pieces and parts, and these are the whole big things. Down here with these hexagons, I have 2 whole hexagons and 5/6 of a hexagon, so I just write 2 whole ones with 5/6 right next to it, kind of shrunken down so I know we're talking about pieces. Now you know me and bar models. Look, we can do such cool bar models with mixed numbers. It's 1 whole here and 2/3 here. So for this one, I would write the 2/3, and I did this a little backwards. I probably should have written the 1 first. Down here, I've got 2 whole bars, and I've got 3/4 of a bar, which is also known as 3/4. So many ways to write mixed numbers. Now, this is pretty tricksy. I love it, though. Can we look at fractions and mixed numbers on number lines? Well, I just want you to notice here that it starts with 0. Here's 1 whole. Here's 2 whole things. Here's 3 whole things. And here's 4 whole things. So A, this represents the mixed number, 2 and 2/4. And B over here represents the mixed number, 3 and 1/4. So you've seen these kinds of number lines happening on rulers your whole life. Let's see if we can find out about this problem here. Can we find 1 and 4/5 on this number line? Well, here's 0 and here's 1. So I think we're going to have to do 1 and 4/5, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. I think that's 1 and 4/5. How about 2 and 1/5? Well, it says 2, so first I'll start with 0, 1, 2. These are my whole numbers. And I think right here, there's that extra fifth. Now, because mixed numbers have a fraction in them, you can simplify them just like fractions. Let's take a look here. She's got 2 pizzas that nobody has cut, and this one that they've already cut into 8ths. She wants to have the simplest form of this. How much pizza is left over? So just like we did with dividing by that whole number, she's going to take 6/8 and divide it by 1, which is represented by 2 over 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So the simplest form of 2 and 6/8 is 3/4, because 3 is prime, and 4's only other factor is 2. Ooh, let's try it over here on this number line. Let me see. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Taking a moment to just read that number line is a good idea. And it looks like we've got some 8ths here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4/8. That's halfway. 5, 6, 7, 8/8. So right here we have 1 and 2/8. Can I simplify that? Do they share a common factor? Well, they do, don't they? Because 2 has a factor of 2, and 8 is even, so it also has a factor of 2. So I'm going to divide by 1, represented as 2 halves. Now 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4, which means that in this case the fractional amount is worth 1/4. Now I do have to stick it back with that 1. I can see here that 1 and 1/4 is equal to 1 and 2/8. Let's try this one. Here we have 2 and 1 somethings. Okay, so we want that 2 to become 1. Well, I've got 4/8 as the fraction there, and 4 divided by what equals 1? Oh, 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So could we divide the whole fraction by 1 as represented by 4/4? I think we can. That would give us 1 in the numerator, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. And you can even look at this and say, whoa, 2 and 4/8 is halfway between 2 and 3. Fractions, they make sense. We've worked with mixed numbers using models, bar models, and number lines. Let's try a couple of these problems in their most abstract form using only digits. To simplify 3 and 8/10, I can start by just writing the 3 here. It is already in its simplest form. And that way I can just focus in on the fraction 8/10. I notice that 8 and 10 are both even numbers, which means that they definitely share a factor of 2. So I'm going to divide 8/10 by 1 in the form of 2 halves. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. I know that 3 and 4/5 is the simplest form, because 5 is prime, which means it will share no other factors with 4. Finally, we need to simplify 1 and 9/12. Again, the 1 is already in its simplest form, so I'm just going to work with the 9/12 down here. What is a factor shared by both 9 and 12? Both 9 and 12 are multiples of 3. So I am going to divide 9/12 by a form of 1 expressed as 3/3. 9 divided by 3 is 3, because 3 times 3 is 9. 12 divided by 3 equals 4, because 4 times 3 is 12. So 9/12 simplified is 3/4, and I know it's the simplest form because 3 is a prime number. So 3 and 4 will not share any other factors. Hey guys, thanks for working with mixed numbers with me. I love playing mixed numbers with you. Bye-bye for now.